So fam, what's good? It's your girl Coach Blossom and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time checking out my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so that way you'll know when I post videos in the near future. So let's just get into it. So fam, we have a lot to talk about here, all right? As you know, we have been dealing with Mercury in retrograde in Aquarius. And for me, before I even start talking about Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, I need to talk about how I'm feeling. To be honest, y'all, I feel like I cannot catch time to save my life. I cannot tell you how I have been behind on things. I can't catch the schedule on time. I'm glad it's ending. When I tell you I cannot catch time to save my life, it is crazy. Also, my technology has been going haywire. There's been delays. I'm just so like, ugh. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Because I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? So that's enough of me complaining about the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Okay. So fam, we are now experiencing Mercury retrograde in Capricorn from January 25th to February 3rd. So during this time of the Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, for some of us, this is a really good time to really reevaluate our goals, reevaluate our strategies, figure out what is going on, figure out which direction we should be going. We need a little bit of order. This is also a good time for us to figure out what's been holding us down, what is weighing us down, what is something that we need to release. This is a great time for introspection because for a lot of us, we're disconnected from self because we're always worried about the things around us and we're always worried about other people. And sometimes we got to put that same attention back into ourselves. Oh yes, Mercury retrograde is gonna really show people's true colors. Believe it or not, this would probably be a time for some people to be held accountable and accountable for their actions and for their deeds, for things that they have not been held accountable for things that they may have done to other people. It is time for them to answer to those things. Believe it or not, this energy is going to influence that. So don't be surprised if people are wanting to have the strength to hold other people accountable during this time. If people see wrongdoing, don't be shocked if they call it out. Don't be surprised. Because the thing about Capricorn energy is Capricorn loves structure. Capricorn is about the rules and the regulations. And there's certain limits and certain restrictions that Capricorn goes by because Capricorn is much more about the book. Capricorns love to micromanage. They love to be the boss. That's why they're a cardinal sign, because they like to lead. Capricorn leads the winter. So therefore, Capricorn loves to be their own boss. They love to be the boss of a institution. They love to be a supervisor. They're just in a leadership position. And they love to show people things that they know. Also, when we think about Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, this is also a time for us to really think about materializing our goals and our visions, finding a way to take it from here into something more tangible. Now, being able to develop mechanisms to do that is something that, again, when you go back into that introspection of self and do that deep dive of self, and really tap into your blueprint that's already instilled in you, you'll be able to find the answers. This is also a good time for us to really reevaluate how you want to be seen in society. Is there something that you've been dying to put out there? Maybe you want to create some content that you think that other people will be able to benefit from. This is actually a good time to really think about that. This is really a good time for you to connect with that. Connect with your work, connect with your content. What is it that you want to show society? What is it that you think that you want to bring to the table? Really align yourself with that truth and really tap into that energy. Okay, so fam, so this too is also really important to think about. Now, when we talk about a particular sign, it's also important to think about its opposite sign as well. So by Capricorn, PS being the father of the zodiac, you have to think about Cancer energy as well, because Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. Now, Capricorn deals more with your public life. Cancer deals more with your private life, your roots, your family, what goes on inside the home. And Capricorn is much more about your social status. It's much more about your career. It's about where you see yourself in this world, where you want to go to. It's also the house that talks about entrepreneurship. Do you want to start your own business? Like, do you want to create something that you can build generational wealth for? That's really something to think about, y'all. So when we talk about that energy, this is a great time for you to reconnect with friends, with family, with loved ones that you may have lost a connection to during this time. So let's be real, y'all. We all have things going on in our lives, and we're not always able to be around other people during a time when we're going through our own stuff, right? So use this time to really, really connect with people that you've lost a connection to. For example, if you haven't talked to your sister in a while, pick up the phone and holler at her. Like, what's going on, sis? How you doing? You know? Something like that, something of that nature, y'all. Also, y'all, pay very close attention between your heart and your brain. There may be this disconnect between your heart and your brain, and sometimes when you are trying to think of a decision or think of something that may be happening, you're not sure if you need to use your mind, use your head, or really tap into your heart space. So once you do that introspection of self, you'll kind of be able to know what you need to do, if you're willing to do the work. Also, Soul Fam, it's also important to note that Venus goes direct in Capricorn. When Venus goes direct in Capricorn, this could be a really good time for opportunities to finally start pouring back in. So if you've been having issues with like money, love, things of that nature, things will probably get better because things are finally coming to a place where they're controllable. And that way you're able to get a grip on those things. So be prepared for that if you've been kind of struggling through this. You know, also it's important to note that if you feel like your path has been blocked or if you feel like there's been some blockages happening, just know that those things are finally going to clear out for you when Venus goes direct. And just be ready. You know, like if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know what I mean? But, you know, some of us, you get my point. Also, release any tension that you are experiencing. The thing about Mercury retrogrades is a lot of us sometimes have to hold in tension. Our bodies don't know how to release that tension unless you are able to work with the flow of the energy, being able to understand your body. So being able to do good exercises that help release that muscle tension is something that you could really think about doing during this time. We want a healthy body, we want a healthy spirit, we want a healthy mind, we want a healthy everything, right? So in order for that to happen, you got to do the work. I'm just saying. All right, Soul Fam, so it's that time again. You already know I'm gonna give you some tips on how to handle this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. I like to call this Coach Blossom's Tips. All right, Soul Fam, so tip 1, stop telling everybody your business. Child, you ain't gotta tell everybody what you're doing. Keep some stuff for yourself, especially people who just don't give up about you. Tip 2, give yourself grace during this time. Stop being so hard on yourself. It's okay if you don't have things figured out. You don't always have to know the answer for something right away. That's why it's called a journey. That's why it's called puzzle piecing. Don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind to your mind, body, soul, and spirit, and I promise you, you get far. And tip 3, communicate your needs. Communicate what you need. Communicate what you're missing. Be able to be in touch with your feelings. Be in touch with your thoughts. Be in touch with everything that you feel like you need to be in touch with, because that's how you discover your ambition, what it is that you want to achieve, what it is that you want to manifest. That is something that you really, really should think about. All right, Soul Fam, so that is it. If you like what you heard today, come on back now. Make sure you again hit that subscribe button down below so that way you'll know when I post future videos coming up. This is Coach Blossom, y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Be good.